If you think the cause of you having panic attack is related to you being fired from your job or something that is stopping you to have a growth in your career, or you're not employed right now, or you don't have enough money, or something in your external circumstance is causing you a lot of emotional pain, and then you're having panic attack as its consequence, then you are lying to yourself. This might be very hard for you to hear, but you have to understand this on a very deep level, that you, as a human being, you should be able to self regulate your internal environment. The external environment and your internal environment should be completely separate. If the external environment is able to affect your internal environment, then you are no more than a base animal. But but the creator has made you a human so that you can take charge of your internal environment. Now, the reason why I say this is because I'm currently facing a tough situation in my life where some things are not progressing in my career, but I am not using that as an excuse to mess up my internal environment. Instead, I have taken charge of my internal environment. And the way to do that, the way to self regulate yourself, the way to be on a self start so that you don't have to depend on positive reinforcements from your environment, is to use your imagination correctly. Western mystic known as Neville Goddard has said a very profound thing, that imagination creates reality. And he also said that this is a changeless law out of which everything in this world depends upon. From this law, from the law that imagination creates reality, everything that you see in this world is created. This phone that you see in your hand right now is was just an imagination in somebody else's mind some decades or years ago. But right now, this is in your hand. And the way to breathe life into your imagination is to embrace the feelings of your future. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is, if you are able to combine the thing that you have imagined with the elevated feelings and emotions of joy, gratitude, and empowerment, then the thing that you have imagined will come to life. It must happen. It's a law. You cannot prove me false on this. I challenge you to prove me wrong, and I will stop making these videos. Now, the way to get rid of your panic attacks, if you're having some troubles in your life regarding your job, regarding your career, regarding your finances, is start to imagine a, a scenario where you are already living as a person with no such problems. All of your problems are solved. All the problems related to your job, career, and money are solved. Now you're now looking at your bank account in your phone, or in your laptop in that imaginary scenario, and you see the required number of amount in your bank account. Maybe you're saying $10,000 or $100,000, and you're playing that imaginary scenario over and over again until it feels real to your mind. Now, the other things that you can do is involve all the sensory modalities in your imaginary act. Now that you no longer have problems in your life, now that your career or your money problems are solved, what are other things that will accompany in your desired reality? Maybe you want to go to certain place that you have been avoiding because certain place trigger your panic attacks. Now, in your imaginary scenario, go to that place, act very confident, act very loud in that place, take your friends with yourself in that place, have fun with them, and in that imaginary scenario also Visualize clearly how your friends and your family members are going to talk to you now that you have completely healed. Are they going to compliment you? Are they going to talk to you in a different way now that you are a completely changed human being? Also, the other thing that you can do is taste or smell things that you have been currently avoiding, because as a person with anxiety and panic attacks, you might be avoiding a lot of diet that you like, or you might be avoiding coffee, but you probably love coffee. Now, in your imaginary act, start to smell the beautiful aroma of coffee. Start to taste beautiful flavors of the food that you have been avoiding. Now, when you involve the sensory modalities of seeing, of hearing, of tasting, of smelling, of touching in your imaginary act, and you replay, you mentally rehearse this imaginary act over and over again, then your brain physically changes. The brain actually starts to create neural networks just because you have been able to imagine vividly. This has been proven by latest neuroscience research and studies. And the amazing thing is, if you are completely immersed in your imaginary act, if you can see things, if you can act the way that you want to act, if you can eat the things that you like, if you can smell the things that you want, if you can earn the money that you are currently wanting in your imaginary act, and you replay this visual act over and over again, the neural network becomes permanent in your mind. And then your brain actually sends chemicals down to your body. And those chemicals are going to create a lot of feelings of joy, feelings of empowerment, and feelings of gratitude, because all of your desires are finally fulfilled in your mind. And those feelings, if you're able to sustain those feelings for an extended period of time, if you are a person who is disciplined and who keeps reminding yourself of who you want to be, who you want to do, of the things that you want to do, and of the person that you want to be, by constantly dwelling in your future version, by constantly immersing yourself into that desired future reality, then those feelings, those emotions are going to breathe life into that imaginary act. Now, you don't have to do anything to get the things that you desire. All that visualization act, all the visualization scenarios are going to come towards you. The feelings are the magnet that draws the future reality to you directly. You will not have to do anything if you can just imagine correctly and feel the elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, and empowerment. All the things will be solved. Now, I learned this thing in 2021. And from that moment on, my life changed. But I was so restless, I was so anxious, and I was so beaten down with panic attacks that I could not imagine properly during the first year or second year of my life. All I had to do was learn to sit still, learn to relax my body, learn to do various things with my body so that I can imagine properly, because only after your body is able to be still and relaxed, you can imagine things correctly, imagine things properly. But it took me a lot of time to get my body right, to get my body to listen to my mind, to not be so restless. And I studied a lot of spiritual masters. I read a lot of books. I read a lot of people like Joe Dispenza, Neville Goddard, Maxwell Maltz, Sadhguru, Osho, J. Krishnamurti. And today, I have distilled down everything that I know, and I want to help you overcome your panic attacks. So if you want to work with me, then I have my Gmail information, my Viber information, my Telegram information, and my WhatsApp information in the description box down below. Leave a comment down below or message me, and then we can get started right away. Now, what you must remember after watching this video is, if you just imagine things correctly and infuse the imagination with elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, empowerment, then sky's the limit, because anything that you want must happen to you. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.